Hey everybody, welcome back to Ryan Makes Sense. Today we're looking at Toyota, ticker symbol TM. We're going to see if the Toyota stock deserves to be at $180 or if it should be higher or lower. We're also going to do some advanced charting on Toyota as well. We'll do some advanced charting, see where any supports and resistances lie, maybe any potential trends. Wow. Okay, my head is right in the way, but I just got to show you this because this is incredible. And I'm gonna have to move my head again. Look exactly. Look exactly where this candle touches. Literally smack dab right on this channel that I drew. I must have drawn this a while ago. And I'm so glad to see that this hit. This is definitely going to help us when we are looking at patterns and whatnot. So we'll come back to this. Don't worry. Do not worry one little bit. We're going to go ahead and dive in and see where we can potentially see the trend going for the stock. I do want to just show you guys something really quick, especially if you are in tune with patterns. Check this out. Okay, if you know me, you know my channel. I look at the bigger picture and then dive down. But look at this. All right. Do you see what I see? What I see is a cup and handle where we have the right side of the cup being higher than the left side of the cup. 100 times out of 100, you always want the right side of the cup to be higher than the left side of the cup. This checks the box. We now have our handle being created, and it looks like, you know what? Actually, let's go ahead and just calculate this right now because this is probably going to come in handy. Okay, so we have cup height of, let's call it 250. Let's just call it 252. That's the right side of the cup. The left side of the cup, we're gonna call it 211. We'll just call it 211. 211. Okay, this is cup right. Okay, so now we need to find the average of both of these to get our our cup line. So now we're just gonna do equals this plus this divided by 2. Nope, it's got to go this way. This plus this divided by 2. Okay, so our cup average is going to be 231. And this is important. Cup average. And then our cup low is going to be our lowest point during this formation, which is probably going to be low 130. 130. We're going to say 130. So now we're going to take our average cup height minus our cup low, and that's going to give us our handle explosion. Let's just call it that. So we're going to do 231.5 minus 130. So we're going to add 101. And so now our cup and handle CH price target is going to be our cup average plus the cup handle. So we're looking at a potential stock price of $333. Remember that. Is that doable? We're going to find out. So now we're going to go into what we normally do, and we're going to look at the bigger picture here. As we can see, let me just make this a little more visible. So the stock is trading at 180, which is about the same as it was in 2021. So the price target is literally the same as it was back in 2022. almost the same in 2007, almost. The stock was about 138 back in 2007. So essentially the stock price is saying there hasn't been much growth. However, again, we'll go through. Okay, so our strength on the monthly, it looks like it is turning the corner. This is probably one of the best times to get into a potential stock if the stock hits our criteria, which number one, we want it to be a solid stock, we want it to be a growing stock, we want it to have a healthy quick ratio, healthy debt levels, healthy gross margins, etc. We'll get there. This is very good. And also looking at our candle right here back in August, it dipped all the way down to 159 and it got ate up. And when I mean ate up, there was a lot of demand for the shares at these levels. And again, I think we are in the midst of a cup and handle pattern breakout with our handle being right here. So our momentum here is showing there is potential more downside to come. However, again, if you are someone who's longer term or has a longer vision, getting in now would be ideal. For me, it is really if this stock checks all the boxes. I mean, the stock price is literally saying there's been little to no growth in about 3 years, 3+ years. So I don't know if I believe that. Money flow. We're gonna go ahead and see what institutions and hedge funds are doing. Looks like we plateaued and now we're trying to decide where to go. Our relative momentum indicator. It looks like we are getting ready to baseline and consolidate for momentum. You can see it's kind of got a little lip right there. It's not going straight down like this. It's got a little whoop. So what we would want to see is we have our consolidation here. We now want this consolidation to be higher than this area. So we're going to want to see it consolidate, maybe come down to this red line right here and then flip back up. Again, this could be an opportune time, and actually this is very attractive. Okay, several green flags here. Our price to earnings and our forward price to earnings are indicating the stock is cheap. Typically, we want to see a 15 PE, nothing higher if you are a value looking for value. This is about half that, meaning the stock is definitely undervalued. When we run my calculation here, right here, we will see that this stock price is going to be higher than current prices. They are profitable by quite a bit. They offer a nice dividend. Their quick ratio, whoever is managing their books are doing a fantastic job. Basically, their quick ratio, if they were to close their doors tomorrow, Toyota, they would be able to pay off all debts, loans, notes, etc. So they are right at that line and not too much over, which is a master craft of whoever is the CPA or running the book. So round of applause there. You can see the debt is 1.09, but the long-term debt is 0.62. This indicates that they are actually addressing the debt, which is good. EPS past 5 years, 16%. Sales past 5 years, 2.9%. Not the most juiciest numbers, but it does go to show that this company is resilient, especially during the COVID era. So they have been able to stick around and continue to grow. So this thing is just hitting all my boxes right now. Gross margins 20.99%. That is huge, especially for an automaker. So this is really good. Average volume, nice and up there. This is not part of the S&P 500. That is wild. You know what? S&P 500 is US stocks, I believe, and Toyota is a Japanese stock. So tomato. That makes sense. Okay, shares outstanding, 1.35 billion. That is quite a bit. I do want to just now look at some high-level metrics here. Our earnings per share, this is just huge. Look at this right here, just eclipsing 2020 through 2023. Sales, I mean, you can kind of see there was a big plateau, but 2024 is really off to a great start. Shares outstanding down to 1.35 billion. They were as high as 1.4 billion. So there is natural and organic accumulation of Toyota stock. The company is not diluting or adding more shares to the pool. So this is all around. This is a well-rounded buy for me. Just looking at this, because their debt is very well managed. Their price to earnings is cheap. They do offer a dividend, which I don't normally like dividends, but a company that is in this good of a, I guess, a healthy status with, debt, margins, EPS, sales, this is insane. The performance year to date is negative, so this is an opportune time for me to jump into this, honestly. Sales, again, 311 billion, that's incredible. So, I mean, this is all just saying and screaming buy. We're going to go ahead and crunch the numbers here and see what our potential projected stock price is. We do have a market cap of 242 billion, 480 million. Income 33 billion, 300 million. And sales of 311 billion, 60 million. All right, let's go look at that cash and the debt. Before we do, let's just make sure this is in USD. It is in USD. Good. Okay, so Q1 this year, they brought in 74 billion, 74.5 billion. Last year, same time, they brought in 73.1 billion. Also notice they paid less. They paid 59 million to make 74 million. Last year, they paid 61 million to make 73 million. That essentially shows that there is brand stickiness. People understand Toyota. When they think of Toyota, they probably think of Toyota Camry, Toyota Corolla, Toyota pickup trucks. There is brand recognition. They don't have to spend as much money to advertise because people resonate with that brand. And then Q2 this year, they brought in 75.9 million. Q2 last year, they brought in 76.6 million. However, they did spend $1.5 million less. If they would have spent $1.5 million more, they maybe could have added more revenue, but they saved an extra 1.5 million year over year. So that's pretty good. Looking at our gross margins, oh yeah, definitely. So look at this column right here. This is what we're looking at. And we're going to compare it to, so column number 1 compared to column number 5. Column number 1, gross margins 20.51. Column number 5, 19.56. So we can see, even though they had slightly less revenue, they were more efficient. So again, just hats off to the bookmasters at Toyota, because this is gold. All right. Now we're going to jump into cash and debt for our calculation here. Cash, they have 47,227,990,000. Debt, we got 137,966,280,000. All right. And let's see what we got. Total assets 584.5 billion. Total liabilities 355.9 billion. That is a very healthy layer of separation. They do have about $230 billion to work with there. That's pretty good. And they're profitable. So, I mean, this is gold. This is golden. Their cash is not as high, but they are addressing the debt. Well, they addressed it from last quarter. They had 139.7 billion in Q1. Now they have 137.9 billion. So they are addressing slightly. You can see historically their debt was around 119 to 120. Now we're up in the 137s. Would like to see that get back down. However, I mean, this thing is a well-oiled machine in terms of revenues, books, margins. This is just great. This is great. So, I mean, this all looks good. Back to our calculation. We have shares outstanding of 1,350,000,000. So now our total projected stock price, I just want to call this out. It's going to be high, I think, because the stock is very undervalued, but also we are not accounting for the dividend. Toyota is getting some of their cash to shareholders as a reward for holding. This projected stock price calculation does not account for money that they give away in dividends or uh, special dividends. So just calling that out. We're going to get a pretty high number here, I think. $367 price target. We had a $333 cup and handle target there. Analysts have a 234 target. So if what we're seeing here, my $330, $360 price target, if that's true, we'll probably see institutional ownership be higher than 1.54%. Again, this is old data. New data shows, drum roll, institutions own 20. We'll have to do the manual calculation there. So let's just pull this up. Uno momento, por favor. All right, they have 20,954,060 shares. Okay. And there is 1 billion divided by 1,350,000,000 times 100. So institutions and hedge funds actually own 1.55%. So a 0.01% increase. I do just want to acknowledge that although that is not a huge increase, 0.01, that is, when you're looking at the amount of shares available, that is a lot. What is 0.01% of, let's just do, what's going on? 5 billion times 0.01 is 1%. So a change of 1.35 million shares, essentially. Not bad. At a $100.80 stock price. Let's see what we got for the big money. We don't have any big holders here. We'll have to do a search. I just want to see Vanguard and BlackRock here. Vanguard. There's no Vanguard ownership. Is that because it's a Japanese company? Yeah, there's BlackRock for sure. BlackRock owns 781,000 shares. BlackRock actually added 2.6% to their position. That is pretty wild. So they added to their position, but their overall position looks like it's down 16%. But that is fantastic. Okay, so we've looked at our projected stock price. I mean, we're looking at almost a 100% gain from here. I like this setup. We have our cup handle throwback and now a potential move up. I'm I think I'm convinced. I think I'm convinced. So now let's do some more advanced charting here. Okay, so we got a lot of lines. Gosh, how can I make this? I mean, these lines are all very important. It's not what I want. Okay. Again, I'm just going to be doing some doodles really quick. Okay. So again, just looking at all the different levels I have here, what we're going to want to see is a clean break above 183 heading into November. It is right now, as of this recording, it is kind of early October. It's the 6th. I think this video is coming out 10 days from now. We want to see it break and hold 183. And then in November, we'll see probably a tap here. The stock will create a candle, do a tap to confirm, and hopefully eventually move up. So I like this. I also like that rates are coming down. Although this is a Japanese company, we do have people in the US who own franchises and they have to pay US. They have to pay according to US tax codes. So the debts that are being carried should be alleviated a little bit as rates continue to go down. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. So the major, again, the major area is 183 here, and then it's usually every time the stock is broken above this line right here, and I'll just make it super thick. Every time the stock breaks above here, we see a nice attempt at this line. So again, we should see a break here and then attempt up here. I mean, if you're a short to mid swing trader, this would be a good area to watch. Watch the 183 break and then watch it come back and see how it interacts with this line up here. I mean, just give it some time, really. We can do a couple things. Let's just do this from end to end, candle to candle. Let's copy that. Duplicate. So if we're looking at historical patterns and times, we could see 180 to 250 by May of 2026. Again, if you're like me, you like to buy solid companies and just hold them, especially if they go through discounts or sales in terms like the stock price goes down. For some reason, when people see a stock go down, they freak out. Versus if you see, deodorant or food or electronics go on sale, you're buying in. So, I mean, that's the same kind of mindset, but with stocks. Um, I think anything between the 183 to 250 after November is going to be very, very attractive. And just kind of looking at future resistances and supports, I mean, this it tried. It tried. We could go right there. This is the next channel we're going to watch. So, I mean, in an ideal world, it'll go through here and then come up and then test this. But we'll see some resistance at 183 and then some other resistance, probably at 195 to 200. So that's Toyota for you. I really, really, really do like this one. If you guys made it this far, let me know what you think. Consider subscribing. It definitely helps me out. Engaging with the channel lets YouTube know that maybe my type of content would be more suitable for more than 100 people. So thanks again. Take care, and I'll see you in a couple days.